Welcome to the Cala Builders Podcast. Building an accessory dwelling unit, or, an ADU in California it's probably one of the smartest financial moves a homeowner can make right now.
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking an instant boost to your property value, a stream of passive rental income, maybe flexible space for family. It really does sound like the perfect investment.
It does. And the state has done so much to clear the path, to reduce the red tape. That's why ADUs are they're booming everywhere from Los Angeles all the way to Santa Monica.
Good.
But, and this is a big but, based on all the sources we've looked at, from architects, from seasoned general contractors, a few common mistakes can turn that perfect dream into an absolute nightmare.
A nightmare of what? Delays.
Delays, massive fines, budgets that just explode, and sometimes even forced demolitions. It gets ugly.
Okay, let's unpack this. Our deep dive today is designed to give you the shortcut to success. We're going to detail the top 10 ADU construction mistakes that California homeowners simply must avoid. We've synthesized advice from a range of experts, including insights from Cala Builders, a team that really specializes in these complex projects across LA, Pasadena, and the San Fernando Valley using a design-build model.
And that's a key point.
Our whole mission here is to save you money, time, and frankly, a lot of stress by showing you where these projects usually go sideways.
Exactly. You should look at this as risk management. The whole point of a model like design build, where one team handles planning, design, permits, and construction, is to prevent a lot of these problems. But you, the homeowner, still have to get that foundation right.
Let's start right there then, with a foundation. Mistake number 1, and this seems to be the root of almost everything, skipping the proper planning phase.
Sounds so obvious, doesn't it?
It does. But what are people rushing past?
They rush past the really boring technical stuff. They're thinking about kitchen finishes and paint colors, but they haven't clearly defined their project goals. Is this a long-term rental? For family? And critically, they ignore site limitations. We're talking about setbacks, easements, all these invisible lines on your property that tell you exactly where you can and cannot build.
And our sources pointed to one part of that planning that's surprisingly expensive.
Yeah.
The utilities.
It's the hidden money pit. Absolutely. You might need to tie into the main sewer line. And what if that line is 40 feet away, buried under your concrete driveway? Yeah. The trenching and the excavation costs alone can just vaporize $10,000 or $20,000 of your budget. You have to plan for water, sewer, and power from day one.
Which leads us right into mistake number 2. Ignoring local regulations and building codes.
This is a constant point of friction.
The state says go, but the city says whoa.
That's a perfect way to put it. State laws encourage ADUs, but every single city, Santa Monica, Pasadena, a small pocket in LA, they all have their own specific zoning rules. You might think you can build a 1,200 square foot unit, but your city might cap it at 800.
So the risk here isn't just a slap on the wrist. It's not just a fine.
No, it's immediate rework. It's your permits getting denied for weeks. Or, worst case, you build a wall 2 feet too close to the property line and the inspector makes you tear it down.
Wow.
Local compliance is completely non-negotiable. It's the law.
Okay, let's talk about the thing everyone is worried about. Money. Mistake number 3 is underestimating the cost to build. Where are the surprise costs coming from?
The surprise isn't the 2x4s, it's what we call the soft costs and the site work. Homeowners just don't budget for the upfront stuff.
Like what?
Architectural fees, for one. Engineering reports, which are mandatory here for seismic reasons. And then the city fees themselves, permitting fees, plan check fees. In LA County, those alone can be a huge number.
So without a contingency fund, you're stuck the moment something goes wrong.
That is the single most critical takeaway on budget. You have to build in a contingency fund of 10, maybe even 20%.
So on a $200,000 project, you need another $20,000 to $40,000 just sitting there.
Just waiting. Because that's what covers the unexpected soil problem or the sudden price jump in materials. Without that buffer, your project just stalls.
And for this first section, let's hit mistake number 4. Choosing the wrong layout or design. It's not just about size, is it?
Not at all. A great layout is what makes a small space feel functional and even luxurious. A common mistake is just a cramped kitchen or not enough storage. The unit feels cluttered from the day someone moves in.
And what about the relationship to the main house? That seems important.
It's huge. Privacy. For you and for your tenant.
Right.
If the only big window in your new ADU looks directly into your family's living room, Well, you've compromised privacy for everyone. It hurts your rental appeal, and you lose the enjoyment of your own home.
Here's where it gets really interesting. We're moving from the paperwork and the plans to the actual physical build and the long-term challenges.
Right, the nuts and bolts.
Mistake number 5, and this is so critical in California, overlooking energy efficiency and sustainability.
This just isn't optional anymore. California's Energy Code, Title 24, is very strict, but honestly, beyond the legal requirement, it's just a smart investment. If you skimp here, you're just baking high utility bills into the unit forever.
So we're not just talking about putting up solar panels because they look good. What are the must-haves?
A high-efficiency HVAC system, for sure, and really good insulation. You have to think about those San Fernando Valley summers.
Absolutely.
LED lighting and Energy Star appliances are low-hanging fruit. But it really goes back to design. Where you place the windows for passive heating and cooling can drastically cut down on AC costs.
That technical focus brings us to mistake number 6, neglecting site preparation. The ground can literally swallow your budget here.
It really can, and this is a huge challenge in many of the areas CLA Builders works in, like hilly or coastal spots. We have expansive clay soils in LA that swell and shrink. We have drainage issues. You can't just look at a flat piece of dirt and assume it's ready to go.
What happens if you just pave over those problems? What are the long-term consequences?
It's a recipe for structural failure. The foundation can settle unevenly, you get cracks, and that can compromise the whole building. Or, during a heavy rain, you get water intrusion, mold, problems that cost a fortune to fix later.
So the advice is?
You have to get a soil evaluation. You have to. A qualified contractor needs to assess the grading and drainage before a single shovel hits the dirt. Skipping the soils report is a huge gamble.
Let's move from the dirt back to the people. Mistake number 7, poor communication with contractors. This is a team sport, right? Architects, engineers, builders.
It's a huge team, and a communication breakdown is the fastest way to blow your schedule and your budget. The sources all agree. Homeowners have to set very clear expectations from day one.
Now, some people criticize the design-build model. They say, by keeping it all under one roof, you can't shop around for the cheapest construction bid. How does good communication in that model help offset?
That's a fair point. You might trade some of that bid shopping, but what you gain is accountability and speed. In the old model, if there's a problem, the architect blames the engineer, who blames the contractor.
The blame game.
Exactly. With design build, it's one team. They are responsible for making it all work together. The plans, the budget, the build. It cuts down on those surprise change orders and speeds up the permit process, which saves you a ton of time and stress.
That clarity sounds invaluable.
It is. You need regular check-in meetings, and you, the homeowner, have to meet your deadlines. If the contractor needs your tile choice by Friday, you have to provide it. Your delays are just as costly as theirs.
Okay, and rounding out this section, mistake number 8, forgetting about livability and comfort.
Yes. An ADU cannot feel like a converted garage, even if that's what it once was. You can't just focus on making it as small as possible to save money.
Because that hurts your rental income.
It hurts your rental income, and it increases tenant turnover. Livability is ROI.
What are the little livability details that get missed in these smaller spaces?
Storage. I can't say it enough. Storage. People have stuff. You need smart, built-in solutions.
Makes sense.
And thoughtful kitchen and bathroom design, not just the bare minimums. Good airflow. And think about accessibility, wider doorways, a zero-threshold shower. That opens up your potential renter pool and adds long-term value. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the last 2 mistakes are all about protecting your investment long-term. If you get these wrong, all that other hard work can be undermined.
I see.
Mistake number 9 is failing to plan for long-term ownership.
So, thinking beyond just getting a renter in there next month, you're saying I should be thinking about selling the property in 10 years.
You have to. That means building with flexibility and durability in mind. Use a floor plan that could be a 1-bedroom apartment today, but a home office for the next buyer. Use high-quality, low-maintenance materials that can stand up to the California sun.
You're building an asset for the entire property, not just a rental unit.
That's it, exactly. Which brings us to mistake number 10. And we really can't overstate this one. It is the most serious, most common mistake people make. Cutting corners on permitting.
Trying to build it under the radar, or just skipping that final inspection. What's the real worst-case scenario there?
It's catastrophic. I mean, it financially and legally destroys the value of what you just built. The city can hit you with massive fines. They can make you tear it all down.
Demolish the whole thing.
But the real killer is when you try to sell. Without that final permit, that building legally does not exist. A bank won't lend on it. Your insurance might not cover it in a fire, and the sale will fall apart in escrow.
So trying to save a few thousand on permits could end up costing you hundreds of thousands in lost property value.
Easily. Getting the proper permits is what protects you, it protects your tenants, and it protects the actual legal value of your investment. It is the one corner you can never, ever cut.
So what does this all mean?
It means the recipe for a successful ADU project is really about structure. Not just wood and nails, but structure in your process. It demands careful planning for your specific site, rigorous compliance with your local city's codes, and proactive communication with an experienced team.
And smart design that focuses on efficiency and livability from the very beginning.
Exactly. A well-done ADU isn't just a financial win, it brings you peace of mind because you know you did it the right way.
So for you, the homeowner listening, maybe the biggest decision isn't what countertops to pick. It's making sure you've accounted for that 10 to 20% contingency and that you truly understand your local setbacks before you even hire an architect.
Think of it this way. The path to a successful ADU project isn't defined by the quality of the hammers and nails. It's defined by the quality of the initial paperwork and the forethought you put into it. If you start smart and plan for California's unique challenges, that ADU will be a profitable, durable asset for decades.